everybody, above here. Welcome back to Halo 4.
Where are we?
Checking coordinate impact data.
We have asked you to give up your family, your childhood, your future.
Cortana,
I'm sorry. It's the crash. I'm fine.
something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief? Really? I'm fine.
Cortana,
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
Halsey,
Chief.
we need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep. We need to move. Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Once again, like with that one bullet, drives me nuts. God, I love this wreckage zone too. It's so beautiful. I wish they would have made this area a multiplayer map. This and free for all would have been so much fun. So on the topic of rampancy, because they never care to like really explain out the topic, and I'm only saying what's in Halo lore. I'm not like talking like real world stuff, like stuff I understand. Also, this guy's weak. Once again, free assassination. Break it. What is in Halo lore and what I understand, is because so Halo 4 is taking that very, I wouldn't say seldom topic, but they're taking a lot more personal story, and it basically becomes a love story, right? Here's the battle rifle. It's back here. Nothing. Oh, yep, sniper in this one. I say there's a bunch of weapons you can get if you pay attention. But storm rifle, more battles. You get full BR for you and your team. But so AIs in the Halo universe have 7 years until they become rampant. Also, just entry log. It's not a terminal, but it just starts preaching. It says something that's vaguely interesting. I don't really care nor remember what it is. But sorry, back to topic. AI rampancy. AIs are created, and they have 7 years before they go through rampancy. Right. Rampancy is kind of this period where they've collected so much memory that they begin to freak out, and they go through like a logic play. Is how offensive bias went. Like, here's the saw, one of my favorite weapons. That gets 0 showtime, so I will be taking you. It says VR, but they kind of start freaking out after a while. And it's just because they age. But basically, how everybody thought it was gonna go, how the lore said it would go, is. Right, Halo 4 Cortana went through Ramsey, and her story kind of went that direction.
To get through the rocks
right.
over there. See the
I know,
waypoint on your HUD. The Covenant
Covenant
have been
device.
broadcasting that from an equidistant
You get an
orbit
achievement
every
for that,
30
too.
minutes for the last 3 years.
They've been waiting outside the planet for 3 years.
Apparently, they couldn't get in.
Yep, bye-bye. Definitely just committed a war crime there, but... yeah, so basically the way all of Halo lore dictates is that,
The console
right,
still got
you'll
some
go...
power in it.
Oh, forgot about that. They'll go through rampancy, right? But if they survive rampancy can do one of two things: A, tear them apart, which it does most of them, or B, they can make it through. What happens when they make it through is they go through this thing called metastability. Here's
This
another one.
communication's being broadcast to all Covenant in the area. Let me put it through translation.
I'll let it finish this, and then I'll stop pressing the buttons before we go.
Non-believers walk the sacred ground. Purge the heretics,
Chill out.
so they do not foul the air of paradise. The time has come to enter the great light. The Promethean awakening is nigh. Our reward is at hand.
It sounds like the Covenant were here looking for something.
It's the Covenant. Aren't they always looking for something?
But so if an AI makes out of rampancy, they get into this thing called metastability.
Picking up a faint transmission
Once they're in
on the high band.
metastability, they are undistinguishable from
I don't
a
think
real
so. The pattern's
consciousness
different.
of a real human being,
I'll try
right?
to triangulate its position.
And so that's kind of how the story, everyone thought it was going to go in Halo 5, and I think that's how the developers thought it was going to go in Halo 5. And then they were just like, nope, the domain fixed everything. And which is a really confusing topic that I'm just not getting into today. So I don't want to.
Warthogs, still
I
in
just
one
thought
piece.
beautiful these were.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
I think we just hop down there or something, right? There's gotta be something going on over there. Yeah, so they give you a Warhog without any Marines or anything, so it kind of defeats the point of having a Warhog. Also, they put those two pistols there like you'd be able to dual wield. It's also never like explained why they took dual wielding out of Halo. In ODST it made sense, right? It was in Halo 2, Halo 3.
About my condition, I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up, it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampancy.
How?
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions. But that means getting back to Halsey.
Well, that's
soon.
3. But yeah, dual wielding was in Halo 2 and 3. Was out of ODST because, right, their excuse was ODSTs aren't Spartans and they can't do that, which makes sense. I'm okay with that. It was out of reach because Spartan 3s weren't the same as Spartan 2s. There's Warhog number 4. There's actually an achievement, I do believe, for getting all 4 Warhogs up here to the end. And it's kind of tedious to do, but
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Do you think there's something to it?
I'm curious more than anything. Its behavior is odd.
yep, it's how I've always handled this section since I was a kid. I'm a big fan of the turret on the Halo 4 Warhog, just the overheat has always kind of annoyed me. But, yep, I don't know, dual wielding just got taken out of Halo for something that 90% of people don't know why. Oh, he's just staying like slightly out of my way. God, that drove me nuts.
Hostiles!
Good God. Get out of here. Bum. Taking that ghost. Don't want to fight with that warhog. Nope. Yeah, we got some fuel rods. See how strong these guys become. I thought it destroyed the tower. Maybe not. Yeah, it's not. Really cool weapon that just needed a little bit more attention to be super successful. feel like someone's like super close to me. Yeah, like a plasma pistol, wherever it's at. Is it that guy? I think it was.
Chief, several patrols just reported in outside that structure over the ridge.
Yep.
It's possible they're onto something.
Oh, I thought it was a beam rifle. Oh well. Still works. Dude, this Lee, I was looking for him for a good while. Get out of here, bub. Ooh boy. She hurts. Turrets are still amazing in Halo 4. That's something I'm glad I didn't get really messed with. Yeah, I think Forward Ended On is one of the best opening missions of the Halo franchise, right? Whew, boy. Got close.
If we're going to hijack
But,
the ship from this Covenant, we're going to
Requiem.
have to
Yep,
find
sorry,
where
I
they're
don't remember
landing
mission.
first.
One of the most
I don't
forgettable
suppose you had a
missions
plan for that.
in all of Halo. Like,
We could always ask nicely.
one of the bottom few
Asking's
missions.
not my strong suit.
I don't think it's a terrible mission, but it's just super forgettable, and it's really long, too. It just kind of stretches on. Like, if they'd cut one, maybe two segments out of it, would have gone a lot better. Also, this game is one of the bigger reasons, too, that this game's hard to lasso is because there's no ranged weapons. Like, when you come to this section, if you don't bring weapons with you, all you have is a pistol to find in this area. So if you use a lot of resources in the previous area, you're kind of screwed. Do really like the I'm gonna call it the dug-in feeling. Oh, got him. But yeah, so like I really like the position the Covenant hold here. It feels like they really do have something there, right? It really feels like they choke point at this location. 'Cause they hold it from both sides, right? So we just cleared this edge all the way up to the top. Come over here. These guys have taken it over here just as well. The fire rate of Jackals too just drastically goes up. See if I can get a jump on these guys over here. I should use the saw on him, but I really like the methane too that the grunts leave behind. I just think it's a cool little detail they were given. This is also another map that it's got a Spartan Ops mission behind it. I know Spartan Ops is rarely played by most people, but man, it's actually a really fun mission. Gotcha.
That elite dropped his camo module. Let's have a look. I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
Okay, say I also mapped that to a different button as well. I think Halo 4 also had a better approach to Spartan abilities. They just followed the Halo Reach route, which I think was a good choice. But I think giving us natural sprint also really helped that decision.
Sentinels.
So I'm a big fan of the design of Halo 4 Sentinels. They look really good to me.
There, Chief. A console in the back. It's a localized site cartographer. Okay.
So this is basically the silent
Service
cartographer
Forerunner
from
Shield World
Halo
designate
CE, Halo 2,
Requiem.
and Halo 3.
Requiem. At least we know where we are.
Yeah,
now.
this is the map
Let's
for
see
the
if it can tell us what
the
the Covenant are so interested in.
location. For typically it's a ring or it's Arc. This is Shield World, first one we've gone to.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up.
So the Shield World we're
I'm
in, we're
detecting
actually...
power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you.
Shield Worlds were
Hopefully we
made
can find
by the
some way to get
Forerunners
this cartographer
to
back
protect
online.
against the Flood, right? When the Flood and the Forerunners, when the Forerunners was trying to combat the Flood, there were two ideologies that were taken. One was to fight it, and they lost, so they created the Halo Rings to destroy everything to make sure the Flood would die and the next generation could exist, right? The Shield Worlds were meant to defend the living, right? So any living Forerunners will be in Shield Worlds, like this. They basically just lock everything out and lock everything in.
Your shields are just
So as long as
hyper in
nothing gets
response
through
to the
it,
chamber's charge.
it's fine, right?
Will this bring the cartographer back online?
Your civilization can
Partially.
live.
This type of processing system
Right.
usually works in parallel. We'll have to locate its twin.
I don't know what specifically is different about it, but Halo 4 headshots are just so satisfying to me. Dude, I don't know how you missed that one, but sure. Yeah, you stand right there, bud. What else? Cool for a minute. Cool. Alright, I was looking for carbine ammo. I really like the design of all this instead of it just being a blue beam.
Yes. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please respond. No response. But from the strength of that signal, the Infinity has to be close by. The cartographer should be back online. We may be able to use it to track the ship's location. The Covenant. They found a way inside.
Ooh boy, pieced up here. It's kind of a map I enjoy having a little bit more space in, right? This one doesn't feel very congested compared to the rest. Ooh boy, that hurt. Ooh boy. Oh,
We can't give the
Oh,
Covenant
wait,
access
I
to
kept-
the cartographer.
I
Clear
kept
them out.
activating camo like it was Reach. And kept hitting the wrong buttons. Kept hitting sprint button. Whew,
That's it.
got him.
Now quick, to the cartographer.
That was a little rough. Got him. Where's that concussion rifle at? I want it. Just gone. That's alright.
The cartographer keeps acting like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet at once. It doesn't want to triangulate Infinity's signal. Oh, wait. I got it.
That can't be right. Scan again.
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside than we did.
You mean the planet's hollow?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to reach these coordinates that doesn't involve us digging a really big hole. There's a terminus on the far side of the complex. We can portal to the planet's core from there.
What?
I don't know.
If we have a shot at getting you back to Infinity, we're taking it.
Okay.
So the symbol of Flash is right. There's actually the Reclaimer symbol. And it is seen
Let's get to that
everywhere in
terminus
Halo.
and find Infinity.
Right, and what the Reclaimers were is when the
What
Forerunners...
do you know about Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left.
Yep. So,
Scouts, fortifying the bridge below. Stay sharp.
it's a pretty difficult section. But the Reclaimer symbol was meant for when the Forerunners wiped out the galaxy of all life. And they had the I always call them gene pods, that's really not the thing, but I think they're called cryptoliths. Basically, they would rebirth all species, right? Basically, give every species a chance to re-exist while they wiped it, so the galaxy can exist once again instead of just being empty. And so in that, the reason they're called, they have the Reclaimer symbol, is that they chose humanity, right, to reclaim all their technology and everything, just so they could, you know, I'm trying to find the best way to put it, because it's kind of a confusing thing, but basically, humanity was meant to find their technology and then catapult themselves back to where they are, so their species would take a massive hiccup but still evolve, right, from when they were at, just so their civilization wouldn't die. In terms of spirit, culture, and growth. But the Covenant tend to find it a lot first. But so that's a big thing that happened in Halo, and why a lot of the lore gets confusing from this point, from Halo 4 on. So when Halo Reach was the very last game made by Bungie, and so they made the first 3, they made ODST and Reach, they made those 5 games. Technically, I think Halo Wars was under their belt, even though it was made by a different company, but I think they supported it in some manner. Right. So, in that facet, the biggest change that came was who are the Reclaimers, and who are the Forerunners. Basically, all the way up until Halo 4, so every single Bungie game before says that, basically says that humanity is our Forerunners. The 3D Guilty Spark literally says that line, you are Forerunner. Humanity is the new evolution of Forerunners, right, in their new generation after they fired the Halo rings and they all died. The majority of them died. There were a few stragglers. We're gonna do this just because I find it fun. Halo 4 Banshees. Gotcha. But then Halo 4 on, so Halo 4, 5, Infinite, and technically Halo Wars 2, all say that Forerunners and humanity are two different species, which just destroyed all established lore. And it makes things really confusing for no reason. And what I wish what they would have done is said, like, characters like the Didact just hated the new generation of humanity because they were different or whatever, or, right, was angry because his people betrayed him for their love of their culture. Oh my god. The maneuverability of these things is terrible. Oh, we made it. This. So, I mean, that's just kind of the short and narrow of that. But yeah, so they made that change, and it doesn't make sense, and I think it was only meant to like help dramatize the story of Halo 4 more, and it doesn't make any sense. But you know, their game, their story, right? As fans, majority of us said, "Oh, we don't like this for the changes they made." Now, I definitely think the studio gets a lot of hate. They don't. Oh my god, that hurt. I thought it took that guy out. Man, that hurt. I think 343 Studios, or now Halo Studios, I think they get a lot of hate that they don't deserve. Because I think 90% of the people involved are true, right? Because everyone said that, oh, when Bungie left, there was an immediate shift, and the new people working on it don't, right, care about it. But that couldn't be further from the truth, because when 343 Studios was made, right, when they were made, about 70% of their staff was Bungie. Was people from Bungie that said, hey, we want to stay working for Microsoft, stay working on Halo, we don't want to go work on Destiny. Also, weird shading right here, like, they just didn't shade this, so it looks really wrong. Like, the ending of Outskirts and Halo 2, not Outskirts, Quarantine Zone Halo 2. Rifle. Sorry, but rocket launcher here. Take it with me. But yeah, so I mean, people got upset, but right, and we can blame Microsoft for getting involved and everything, but still, like, Halo just evolved differently. And like I said, just anytime we're given a company criticism, we need to make sure it's not emotional, right? And so I agree, there's so much that is so completely different and just weird about the new Halo games that I just like. And Halo 4 had one of the least issues. Like, I didn't like its story direction, its art style, stuff like that. Like, very minor stuff. Like, I can still play it and have a good time, right? Oh, come on. Just get you out of here. But yeah, I don't know. Poor Halo 5 gets hated on way too much. I remember on my last, so basically every time I stepped up here, this had become like a John Wayne like shootout. Because if I didn't take out all 4 of those guys immediately, I didn't survive. That was just simply how that went. I did not survive that encounter. If I didn't immediately headshot all 4 of those guys and start focusing on that elite. Once again, there's 2 sides here. I always take out both, just because they'll come fight you one way or the other. Plus, I'm just trying to burn out my last couple shots here and clear out what I can. Go back get my saw. Right down. Oh, I left all the way down here. Yeah. This is a section 2 that gets really hard just because it's got so much going on in it. There's a lot of enemies in it. Very little precision weapons. Right, so you just gotta pull your punches the best you can. Dead enough. Near that grenade landed. Woo boy. That was close. Someone's pushing up. Who is it? Oop, I somehow got those 2 with that. Pretty proud of that. Got him. Took that hit, but got him. There, got him. Beam rifle and Halo 4. Yeah, there's just no go. I think there's one more elite here. Yeah, like 1 shot left in this thing. I go to the other side and get that guy's beam rifle if I wanted to, but purple lasers are always cool to me on the Sentinels. Cool. There's a fuel rod. Yep, they give you this creative fuel rod, which helps so much. Get that one. Yep. Speedrunning this, like, speedrunning this level is pretty difficult, but this section right here becomes so irritating. There we go. Got it though. Yeah. So it's just a very long level. But it's just got a very slow pace to it. Just kind of boring, but it is what it is, you know. Beautiful Coliseum here. There is a terminal on this level. I don't remember where it's at. Beautiful level.
According to the cathedral, this terminus is just one node of a larger transit grid that spans the entire planet.
What?
When I tried to access the outlet closest to Infinity's transmissions, the system responded with this.
What is it?
That's the kicker. It's the Forerunner symbol for Reclaimer.
Humanity. That's got to be Infinity. Can you get us to those coordinates?
Let me try to open a portal.
Cortana.
I'm picking up unknown energy signatures.
Where?
This can't be right.
set a waypoint out of the tower. Cortana?
How did...
Quick, into the portal.
I would love the
Chief, go!
design of Prometheus, especially this first thing. But alright guys, that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time.